Goretober 8, we have officially made it over a week, and I can't tell you how so excited I am. I'm just so glad that this is moving forward, and I've been able to stay focused. You know, as someone who who starts a lot of projects and don't finish a lot of them, I'm glad that I'm like 1 week in, okay? You know, I've made it farther than I think I would have ever imagined. But here are my prompts I've done so far. Like always, they're up on Etsy if you are interested in any of them. Today, Goretober 8, our prompt is cannibalism, and this one was so fun. I've said this before, I've been looking on my toy house for different characters that I own, looking for different ways to use them instead of just using my same artist character over and over. Because one, I don't want to draw myself over and over, that's kind of lame. Two, I really need to work on getting used to drawing my characters. And three, some of them aren't just as designed, fully than others, and I feel like they deserve more art than I have been giving them. So here is my character, Tabs. Her name's actually Tabitha, but I call her Tabs, Tabby. She's a zombie, but not in the sense that Ruby and Vixen are. She doesn't have stitches on her. She just has like this, it's like blood, almost like goo, that connects her arms together. So that's a fun thing. But I mean, I'm not like total confident like what species she is, because she does have those pointed ears, so it's kind of just a mix, fresh mix. But also, sorry, a lot of people have pointed out that I say and a lot. It's just I see in there I said it again. It's because I'm trying to get my brain to catch up. Actually, more of my words to catch up with my brain, because I will be in the other room, like my brain in the other room, and I'm here, just, I'm trying to get with it, and I am not a fast. I'm not. Okay, I don't process things very quickly, so, my brain's going 100 miles per minute, hour, whatever, I don't know. And I just can't focus or put my thoughts into words sometimes, and sometimes I just can't figure out a word that I'm going for, so it's a whole mess, and I apologize. But these videos are a lot, not necessarily for other people, but they're also very much for me to look back on and listen and see what I was thinking when creating a print. So it's not me stuttering. It's not really that big of a deal in my mind. If you get annoyed with it, just click off. I wouldn't put it past anyone to do that, and I wouldn't hold it against anyone. I know listening to someone stutter for 20 minutes straight isn't very fun. So, and it's really only all about the art. So just honestly, mute me. I'm not really that important, but, this picture, my Tabs character, I end up coloring this print, and she's a whole different not too far of a different color scheme, but she is different than the final one I choose, so I don't know how I'm gonna go back through for the design of her. I might change it, but let me know what you think of this print and how it's colored, because maybe I'll consider changing her to this color scheme if people are it's pretty cool. Also, it's a primary color scheme, and I love primary colors so much. I love it. There's just something so simple about the basics. Like I said, this prompt is cannibalism, and I feel like my choice in using Tabs was spot on because of the goo that comes out of her. You can say it's goo or blood. I don't know. I haven't gotten to my Tabs lore yet, so call it what you will, but I guess in this sense it's gonna be blood, so I'll refer to as blood, just because of the prompt and gore. But the blood that attaches her arms and like her wrists and her elbows, maybe, I don't know if it's on her elbows, but I feel like it fits in very much with the score, since she's she can see her ripping fingers off this hand, and I feel like it's very in style with the prompt. I feel like she was a great choice to do this, so I'm glad. And I really, I thought I would struggle drawing her because I've only ever drawn her once, and that was a year ago. Yeah. Talk about bad ownership of a character. But actually, that is a complete lie. I have drawn her before, but they're all in like sketchbooks, and they're never like finalized drawings, or like they're just sketches. So this is like the very first final piece drawing I've ever accomplished for her. So I'm glad to finally have one. I'm someone who draws a lot of art for other people, so if I don't have like art for some characters, it's just because I don't get a lot of time to draw my own characters. And sometimes I'm not inspired, but doing this challenge gives me somewhere to like put my creativity. So I'm glad I am doing Goretober and Inktober, because it does give me options to give my characters some new art pieces that, they deserve. Love my characters, and Tabs is absolutely a queen. We love her for it. But as I said, I do end up coloring this one. A lot of the ones after, except the one going up later today, the days after to this day, which is going to be the 8th, they have a lot of color, and I've been doing a little bit more coloring than normal. I said that all of these are going to be in black and white, but I've broken that promise on a couple of them. So this one was one of those that I did that for, which I don't hate at all. It just took longer, and that's okay. I'd rather take longer and come up with something that I really love than do something really quick and not love it as much as I do. So take with that what you will. Tabs is, also I give her an eyebrow slit. Isn't that so fun? I don't have a lot of characters that have an eyebrow slit. I think I might have one other one that I can think of, but I think they're so fun. And my sister has an eyebrow slit, and I think it's like those subtle details in appearance that are just so fun to me. I don't know. I just think it's very fun. I also decided that here's an idea that I have, okay? And I've said this, how I want each of my characters' eyelashes to be different for each, so you can look at the character's eyes and determine that that's their eyes based on their eyelashes. But I'm considering doing it for pupils for the eyes. So here she has these like pluses with the circles at the end, and I was like, you know what? I should make it so all of my characters have different pupils, and I think that is like so fun. Maybe not each and every one, but make them like as diverse as I can get. I think that'd be just very fun, very fun. Like I said, I love making the little unique aspects of my characters, just like even for her sometimes, like you can see I give her like these pointed nails, and I love that so much. I only do it for her and Aurora. I love when I draw long nails on my characters, but I only give those those pointed nails. I think they're so pretty. Or I'll sometimes give them like Aurora sometimes only has like yellow nails. Tabs has like green nails, and it's fun. It's just the small things. I love the small details in things. It's just I obsess over them. Here you can see my primary color scheme. There's just something about this primary color scheme that just kills me. I'll talk about some of the colors here. I didn't want the background white, and you can let me know if you like the yellow background. I end up putting, also you can see this little blob on the yellow. I had dropped my paintbrush and put like a blue spot on there, so I covered up with yellow, and then I was like, well, to cover up the, like, now it looks green, so I end up going over it with a red, and I add this like splatter in the background. So if you don't like the yellow background now, it does get better, okay, because I didn't really like it, so I wanted to improve that. But I was like, this one, when I say I do stuff very spur of the moment, this one is the most spur of the moment as it got, okay? I also didn't like the color of the shirt. I was like, should have just left it black, should have just done that. So I shaded it as dark as I could, and I felt like that made it come through a bit better. So if there's something you think I should have done different in the final project, let me know. But here are those like blood splatters. I think they make the whole piece work a lot better, and they oddly look, it looks way too close to blood without the line art on it. It just mixed with that yellow background, it looks way too close and makes me kind of uncomfortable. And while I was like painting it on in person, I was like, this looks like actual blood, a paint that I used to paint on here. So anyway, but oh, also Tabs has like these cute hair clips that I didn't add, and I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad because I missed the opportunity to draw some hair clips. Like, I was robbed of that moment, okay? So this piece is very it has a lot of blood on it, and I think it's very fun. I love the line work I did on this. I think it's one of my best, just because there's not necessarily a lot going on, but there's a lot of features that I was working with, especially with her eyes like kind of closed. I love shading eyelids. I think maybe I like it more traditionally, because sometimes for digital I just can't get drawing like half lidded eyes sometimes correctly. But also a part of Tab's character is that her eyes are always half closed, and I think that's so fun. Oh my god, I love the small details. So when a character has like eyes half closed all the time, it's just like another thing that you can just determine what character it is. It's crazy. I love it. Yeah, so I love her character so much, and I'm going to be drawing her again. Maybe not for the print, but sometimes in the near future. I really want to do videos where I go through my characters and kind of give you the process, what I'm going for the character design. I could do that for hours, I say, okay. Now I'm not stuttering, and she goes to stay. She's not stuttering because, and then she stutters. I just, I love character design, love it so much. I'm sure you're getting so annoyed with me saying it, but, love it. And I'm going to, since I'm doing Huevember after October, which is going to be character design, I already have, before I jump into the first November thing, I have already, like, even before October started, I was already making like references to look off of for like character design that I wanted to do. So for like the first day, I'll grab like I'll grab for like the whole thing, I'll grab like a bundle of like clothing inspiration, different species kind of thing, and like put different hues on it. And I'm so excited. I will have 30 characters by the end of it, and I will either be selling them or keeping them. Not sure yet. Some of them I've already like referenced, like made thumbnails for, and I'm like, ooh, that's gonna be difficult to give away, or to resell. So maybe in the end of Huevember, I'll have a character that we can do for maybe a raffle. That'd be fun, but I'm not sure how I'd do it. but that's okay. I'd probably just do whoever in the comments, you know, can get it or something. can get it, no. But enough about that, you know, but be looking forward to that. But I also want to do a series where I'm redesigning some characters. I've talked about it before. I'm so excited for it, you know. I've been just collecting some characters here and there, and I've just been sitting being just so ready. Like, when I'm done with this October thing, I'm going to jump on that so quickly. So, more about this piece. I think the hair looks so fun. I feel like I wish it stayed as vibrant as it was, but it's a little dulled down with the black on top and that liner, but I think it almost looks like kind of silvery. I think it's kind of cool. And I added that blood in the background, and you can see I started to use that white liner on top, but you know, Jelly Roll just doesn't work with watercolor great. It just picks up the pigment. So if you want to use a Jelly Roll on watercolor, I'd wait a whole day for the watercolor to like dry and then go over it, because I for some of them would come back the next day and the Jelly Roll would do just fine. So I think it's because it works on inks the best, because it is so quick drying, so it's easy to like glide over, but watercolor, it doesn't work as well. Also because inks just like seal over the paper better, if that makes sense, because you're just kind of pushing water on paper and it's more absorbing it than just sitting on top. I feel like that makes sense. I also don't know if I'm correct with that. That's just me guessing. I'm not positive. But, you know, this piece is so fun. I feel like there's a lot going on, but it works. I feel like, you know, sometimes busy is fun, and that was it for me. You can also see I grabbed this Tombow marker that I had next to me, which was blue, because those highlights on that shirt were just like too bright for me. I would like regret it immediately when I did the first line, so I went ahead and like dulled those down to make them not as vibrant. But I also add a white liner, white background. I think I tried to do it with my liner, but it wasn't sitting down well, so I ended up going around it with this white acrylic paint, which was very tedious. I hate doing it so much, just because it's just, I don't know, I'm just bad at it, and then I accidentally go over places where I'm not supposed to, and then, you know, it's just, there's a reason why I'm doing ink drawings and not acrylic paintings, okay? But I feel like the white makes it look so much better with that border. See, I didn't want the background to be completely white, but having this little border of the white helps make it better. So that really tied it all together for me. And I love the little yellow nails she has. Once again, I love the color yellow so much. It's my second favorite color over like green. But I don't know why I like the color yellow so much. It's such an underrated color, okay? I think it is. But here's my final piece. If you like it, it's up on Etsy with all my other ones. Thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed this video a lot more than my other ones, and this one was a little bit shorter. I might be making my videos a teensy bit shorter, but if I keep talking, it's going to become 20 minutes longer. So, enough said. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you later in the next one. Bye.